In this era of globalization that we can see today, the technology has become more and more advanced every single year, and we can see that many people frequently use smartphones nowadays because it is one of the most essential thing that is needed for humans, for us to communicate and to also give out messages and also doing other daily life routine stuff. There are a lot of use, a lot of um, things that we can do with smartphones, like listening to music, watching videos, or even doing something like online shopping, or even paying for electric bills online, because everything that we did nowadays are just by the tip of our touch with our smartphone. And many people usually debate whether they wanted to buy um, Android phones or Apple phones, which is the iPhone. And let me tell you one thing about my experience on using both types of this brand, these mobile phones, these smartphones. And I can let me tell you something about Android phones and also um, iPhones, Apple's phones, because Android phones, I currently use Android phones because first of all, it is a lot cheaper and yeah, because the price is much more reasonable than an iPhone, because iPhone can be really costly, and also you did not get everything. You will not guarantee to get everything inside that the box, because um, they might even charge you for, you need to buy the charger, the charging ports, the cables, the earphones, the AirPods, and yeah, so much more. And basically, it kind of like feeling like a scam, because you have to pay a lot more just to get the accessories for the phone. And also, why do they have to make it separately? Like they can just sell the accessories just like they did back in the day, and also just like how Android phones usually did nowadays. And also the iPhone also remove some features of their phones. For example, like they remove the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, which is a really important things to have on a phone, because sometimes a Bluetooth, yeah, sure, we have a Bluetooth earphone, but it doesn't mean that it's uh, a really good thing, like an ideal um, solution for this problem, because sometimes Bluetooth earphones they tend to get like a really bad delay. Like um, it it's good if you're listening to music because there is no delay for that. But let's say if you like a hardcore gamer on a mobile phone, and if you use a Bluetooth headset or an earpiece, a Bluetooth earpiece, you will notice how much the delay was comparing to wearing wired earphones or headphones. And there are also like alternatives for iPhone, like they make an earphone that has the connection to their directly to their um, charging charging ports, which is the USB lightning cable. And but yeah, it is pretty costly because it is their original product, and that is one of the reasons why uh, we you should consider buying an Android phone, because an Android phone still didn't remove these kind of features, although we can see that they might do the same thing as Apple did, which I kind of disagree with um, their uh, method, but I hope that they can at least keep it much longer for us as an Android user to use the phone um, without having to buy extra accessories in order to access to the usage of our phone accessories. One more thing that I'm convincing you guys to buy an iPhone, sorry, an Android phone, is because Android phones is just much more easier to use. Like the interface and everything was just much more simpler, and they also provide like the same thing like an Apple phone did. Basically, most of the phones now have like Google Assistant. Apple have Siri. It's the same thing. Basically, you can use your voice to search for information about anything you want, like educational or videos or music or whatever it is. But I really recommend using an Android phone because it is much easier, and you can also do some custom stuff with Android phones like moddings, or people call it rooting, which an iPhone cannot do, because an iPhone the security is very tight, so it is really hard to root the phone. Basically, people root their phone for extra performance, but this is not really recommended because it could destroy, it could shorten the lifespan of the mobile phone that you were using. And I also have like an Android phone that I currently use, which is this one. It's called the Vivo V5S. It's a 2017 phone which I first got during my first year in university during diploma, and I can say it is doing just fine until now. And another one thing why you should buy an Android is because Android phones are much, like I say, it's much cheaper and much more convenient. I mean, more reasonable the price, because you don't have to pay like 3 times the amount just to get a phone without an accessory like an iPhone did. And that is why I, as an Android user, proudly recommend you guys to buy an Android phone, because it has a lot of benefits and you will surely not regret once you get your hands on one of these Android phones, because there's a lot of stuff that you can do with it. And also, you will be saving a lot of money rather than buying an expensive, overrated phone that is literally only good in terms of like cameras, beauty, but camera resolution, but the battery life is very short. And yeah, we as a an phone user want a longer battery life because we use it almost all the time, and that is why I recommend you guys to buy an Android phone. That's all for me. Thank you.